Any questions about that?
I have a question.
Sure.
So, 18 months ago is when there was a lot of confusion on the golf course. Prior to that, you were in office. So I know the Park and Rec oversees the golf course. And I believe there's 4 members appointed by you.
3 members.
3 members appointed by you to run the Park and Recs, which oversees the golf course. And we know they're not in favor of the golf course. So I guess my question to you is, why did it take so long to get the legend as a priority to make it work?
Well, it's been a priority for me all along. I just was told I wasn't in charge. And I had a lunch with Perry and Michelle Del Rio Keller, and Perry told her then that I wouldn't be in charge if they went forward doing that. So I don't know where the change of heart was, the change of their mindset. Honestly, it must have come January and February this year, because you found out about it before I did. I got the phone call saying, the law director stood up tonight and you're in charge.
But
Yes,
the Park and Rec Board never approves anything for the rec.
How are you going to handle the Parks and Rec Board? Because they have said, you read the minutes, we've been at meetings, you didn't show up, I guess, last Thursday.
I had a funeral.
Yeah, but they will sit there and say they will vote for nothing.
Well,
they will wave their hands at us. How are you going to control that?
Well, I had one of the park board members here today, and he's the chairman, and he's willing to work with us.
Why?
So,
Why suddenly is he willing to do it? You're talking about
David Gallagher.
Oh, David Gallagher. But isn't he the one that has missed 3 meetings?
I'm not sure how many meetings he's missed. I've heard that.
According to their bylaws, he is no longer allowed to sit. I mean, that's what their bylaws state. So how are we going to deal with that? I was told that you refused to replace him. Is that true?
No, nobody even asked me to replace him.
Okay.
No,
Well, he should be replaced.
That's not
because
true. Well, but he
their
has a
bylaws-
professional job, and
It doesn't matter. Their bylaws state that if they miss 3 meetings, and he missed January, February, and March. That's 3. Now he was there at this last meeting. And I'm just saying, I mean, you're meeting with him, that's fine. However, he really shouldn't even be sitting there. So,
but he is. He's there, and
but you're missing my point.
no, I
My point
understand.
is,
I
so-
understand he missed the meetings, but he's there.
And he shouldn't be.
Nobody's
He should be
pushed to
dismissed.
have him removed or even talked to me about it.
I think I brought it up at the city council meeting while you were there.
But there's no way to remove him. Show me how to remove him.
Their bylaws.
The bylaws specifically state, it's a recommendation by the Ohio Revised Code, that should anyone miss 3 meetings within a year, they are ineligible to serve on the board. That's
Does it say
what
they
the
must be removed?
I don't
No,
know.
it says they are ineligible to serve.
Well, then we'll have to take a look at it.
I mean, that's my question. So
Yeah.
having him being agreeable might be a moot point because he may no longer be eligible to sit on that board. What are you going to do about Mr. Hickey and Mr. Wolf?
Well, we need to talk with them and see if there's a contention though, and that's what I try to explain to all of you. When the debt, and I explained that to Bernie and Carrie today, when the debt came out of the general fund, it wasn't a big deal. It came out of the general fund. But now that it's coming out of the Park and Rec, and they have 30 parks to take care of, now they feel that that's their duty as a park board member to worry about all the parks in the city. That's how they feel.
Isn't this a park though?
It's not a park.
Okay.
No. This is a golf course, and I don't consider it a park.
Okay.
But that's how, and I'm just trying to explain how they feel. I think this is a wonderful asset. I think it's an expensive asset as well. I would not have negotiated the contract the way they did. I wouldn't have done that. But that's in the past, and we have to move forward. And that's what I think we need to do, is move forward.
I agree, but my big concern on this is how you're going to manage those men. I've been in many meetings, and it's disgraceful.
Well, I think there's been a lot of tension back and forth, and we're going to change the format also of the park board meetings. They are going to be more professional, more respectful on both sides, because I know you all have emotions, and they do too. And so what we need to do is listen to one another, just listen. It's really
truly,
important.
The meetings that I've been to with them, when citizens have spoke, they have not been disrespectful. They really have not. And where the problem came was back, there was a 45-minute dissertation by someone in the public, 45 minutes about shutting this place down. And from there, it was like it went downhill.
Yeah.
And they're terrible.
Well, and that, I will tell you, that's a responsibility of council, creating this legislation to take the mayor out, and that's what you ended up getting. And
But I still don't,
unfortunately,
but that's fine, but if they're not going to respect what the council tells them, who's supposed to be, then at that point they thought was in charge of them, why are they going to listen to you? That's what I'm trying to get through. Why would they listen to you? They don't listen to anybody.
well, they did today. So,
Well, one did.
and I've talked to the other two.
And so now they've had a change of
No,
heart.
no, I'm not saying a complete change of heart.
Okay.
I'm trying to reason with them because they, you know, I understand that you've all worked very hard for your homes. I get that. I understand that some of you have worked very hard for your retirement and you're retired here. I understand that. We want to maintain your property values. We want to do that. And
Even
so,
taking my property values out of it, I mean,
Well-
this golf course can make, you said it yourself, can make
I think
the
it
city
can make money. I do.
But they don't seem to believe that.
Well, because they're saying that it's never going to make enough to pay the debt. It's not. It's not going to make enough to pay the debt.
And regarding the debt, am I correct? That debt is not 100% this golf course. Is that correct? I believe
It's a multitude of things.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
But they seem to want to blame the golf course.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, and so what we're trying to do, and now that I know that I am in charge and that it's going to stay that way, then now you get to work with me. And so what I can say is that I want to make this profitable. Now, it's not going to pay the debt that we have. It's not. But it's a start. And there are, for instance, Lisa had an egg hunt out here. Did anyone participate in that, the egg hunt? It was an adult egg hunt. It was amazing. And so there are more things that we can do, and that's what we all need to do with all of you, is brainstorm on what do you want to see out here? How can we improve it? I know Bernie and Carrie told me today, the parking lot really needs done, and the cart paths need done. And in order to market and recruit more golfers here, you know, we've got to invest some money into that golf course. And that's going to be my job, to get our park board members to support that. And that'll be my job.
Do you think it would be feasible to hire, as they've suggested, and I know these two are back here as part-time, and they've got a wealth of experience and knowledge, but one person in charge? I mean, obviously, you're a very busy person. You do not have time to...
I'm making time. And we're not going to spend $65,000. We're not going to do that. Carrie and Bernie are amazing. And they're going to run this like a machine. And we're all going to, I've got the budget director here on Monday that's going to be working with Bernie and Carrie. They've never even understood their budget. So we're going to sit down and talk about their budget. We're going to talk about profit and loss on different events, which we talked about today. So we are going to micromanage this until I'm satisfied. And then I'll let it go to Bernie and Carrie. But for now, that's what's going to happen. Yes, sir.
Excuse me.
Do you have a vacancy in the park board right now?
The school board does, yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any influence with the school board?
I could probably tell Rick Goodright, and what I have suggested to him is to get someone from this area. But someone has to apply.
Excuse me, my husband has gone to every school board meeting and applied, and nobody will even return his phone calls.
Okay.
So they can't say nobody's asked. He has asked numerous times. And he's talked to council and let council know too. He's let everybody he can think of know, but he'll give us the time of day.
Okay. And it's not a priority to them. It's not. They would soon as well not even do it. They don't want to have a part in that. But because of the way it was set up, they are charged with it. So they'd rather give it up to the city. And they really need to focus on education.